So as far as I know, can you see me?
Hermuchness live stream. Press that. I can!
Yay! If anybody else was watching, we just made sure that I was really live and could be seen. oh, that is going to be a problem.
It's a delay.
It's a delay.
I'm turning mine down,
you.
so I'm not.
So we have 10 minutes before it's official, but so what I want to do is I'm going to do a little test. I mean, you can see me. Does it look like I'm looking at you?
Let me see. You're looking at there. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to switch to the work mode, and that shows my desk.
Yes.
And so now I'm going to show my Cricut setup, and he said I could click on this to make it show big. So do you see that big on the screen?
Your work table?
No, it should be
really?
coming up to the Cricut.
Okay. Yes, I see what you see in the top there. Is that what I'm supposed to see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put it on the one that I'm going to use, or not. Hello. All right, where is it? View all. I'm going to leave it like that because even though I'm going to show that, or maybe I'm not going to show them that. What do I do with it? It was right here because I wanted them to see it as the last thing. Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Hi. Hi. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks. I'm going to run out and get my water.
Okay.
It'll just be warm.
All right, this is a mystery. A big mystery. Char, I'm looking for my card. It's a card with that circle, the original card I made, the wreath card. I had it here and I moved everything to practice, and now I can't find the card.
Is it over here? Is it one of these?
I don't. You have to look through it. It's red and shows an wreath. I mean, you'd recognize it if you saw it. I'm looking for it.
Red and it has a wreath on it?
This is so frustrating. I had this whole thing set up the other day to do it, and I started moving stuff because I needed to do something, and now I can't find the card. Well, they'll see what it looks like on...
You just had it before Harry came
No.
over? Oh.
I had it yesterday. And I can't believe I have all this stuff together, and I don't know why I would have moved it.
What were you making, Kate?
I don't even remember. I think I was just trying to do the videos. I was moving stuff around. I don't even remember. It's a mystery. It's just a mystery. Well, I was making, I got my new dies, and I was playing around with them. It'll show up right after the
It will.
broadcast. Oh, well. I just wanted to see, because this is all the same thing, and it's plain, and it's not a finished
Oh, I
card.
know what you're looking for now. Now I realize what you're looking for. Yes. Because that is a beautiful card. There we go. Keep going.
Well, I found the paper for this card. And I got some more those strips. What the heck are they called?
Little weaving
Quilling strips.
Oh dear. You know, I hate this word worse than anything, because I do it every day of my life. Over and over and over.
Makes me so angry.
Well, I'm just not seeing it. Just not. I'm live. Live.
Can I recycle something?
What's that?
Can I recycle something?
I still am not getting. Did you recycle something? Is that what you said?
I said, can I?
Yes, you may. That's all I could say.
I know.
Well,
it's the hole where everything falls into it.
yeah. Well, in 2 minutes, it's going to be official. So they're just not going to get to see the live card, but they'll get to see the picture of it. So doing the countdown. Patty Fox, you know you're live. Yes, I do. I do. Have you been watching me searching for the card? I did that on purpose because I'm so stiff when I do videos that I wanted to not be just sitting here waiting for that. So I was trying stuff out, and realized that one of the major pieces of my presentation is missing. So Lonnie's here with me, and Char's in the bedroom watching me, and Mark just came down, so he might actually get to be part of the video. And 1 minute to go, and then I'll officially open.
Turn your sign over, right? Open. Turn your sign over. Open.
Oh yeah. Lonnie said turn the sign to open. There was something else. Can you hear me? Lonnie, I know you can hear me because you're in the room. Here's the thing. I can't see comments. So, Lonnie, can you see the comments? Or, I mean, is there a comments thing? There's not even a comments thing. Well, I'm gonna say, hi everyone, it's Mary Lou Talking Craft, and what I'm talking craft about today is a wreath making stencil set that I actually scrap lifted from Gina Kay. And she's a presenter that I really admire, but when I see something that I believe I can make in Cricut, I hate to spend money on buying it. So it seemed like to me it would be simple enough to do. So I tried it and I was successful. So what I wanted to do today is show you the set, show you how some issues about it. But anyway, let me just go ahead and move over to my setup and we'll get started. Can you see that yet?
I am so far behind you.
No, it lags.
Oh, yeah.
It lags.
This is what my
So
computer really is.
I don't want to start talking about it until I know people can see it.
I think that's it. But I think it might be the same. Okay.
You can see it now? Okay. So I made a set of 3. Originally, my original set was not a set, it was one stencil, and that was this one. And I don't know how I came up with the measurement for it, but what I measured was the inside is like this. It's 3.5 inches. So you can see that the piece I'm holding looks very different than the piece sitting here. The reason for that is I thought, sometimes, you know, I'll watch a video and then not try to do what I watched until some other time, and then I'm not sure what I saw that I was supposed to do. But what I thought was, they said to put this piece inside. Well, let me move this so you can see what the inside is. Now, I think you can see the outline of the stencil on this paper. So, you put it in here like this. Then you place a stamp somewhere on the paper. And when I say put the stamp, of course, this is an event that requires using the MISTI, which I hope everyone has one of because they're so wonderful. So I don't have a stamp, but I'm just going to show you.
Yeah.
So I made a set of 3 original. So you put the stencil in here like this. I don't have a... This is actually the stamp set that I used. It's Close to My Heart, number C1656, and it's Joy to You and Me, a holiday stamp set. So, remind me to stop saying so. It's annoying. It's annoying me, so I know it must be annoying you. So I started with this big tree and put it there like that. Well, actually like that, because you have to get it to stick to the thing. And on her version, how I remember it, you have to leave the stencil in there so that your paper won't move around. Anyway, you ink up that, do this, and then you turn your paper so that it sits in the next cutout. But you leave your stamp right where it was and come over again, and that makes this one. And you then have to, after you've gone around all the sides, then you have to move your stamp to the next position that you want. So you have it like that. I really can't exactly remember, and I can't see because I'm doing it on a card that's already done, but just imagine that this is correct, because I'm going to show you the correct, not correct, but the way I revised it. And then you go around that and you get a full circle. After you have that full circle, then you take another stamp, which was this little stamp, and you do the same thing. But I'm kind of surprised when I ended up with this size of an embellishment, because that's not what I was picturing. So without rewatching the video, I just determined that I could do it a different way, which I did. And that's how I got this version. So how I did this, I put a piece of paper the size of the outside edge of the stencil and put the paper in the corner so it wouldn't move, and then put the stencil over it. And I'm obviously not getting it lined up exactly the way I originally had it, but you can get the picture. Either that or I'm using the wrong stencil. Let's try this one. Yeah, it was this stencil. This is my original size. So this is the exact size of the frame of the stencil, and then I put my stamp there, stamped around, and then moved it one time to the next opening and stamped around, and just moving, having those two positions of the stamp gave me this full circle. Then I went back around, and you don't really need the stencil to do this second part because you already have your outline. But I did leave the stencil in when I did it, I think. And then just put the stamp in one place, stamp around 4 times, then move it one place and stamp around. And that gives you this. Well then, after all of that, I rewatched Gina Kay's video. And I saw that she actually had a set of 3 sizes of stencils. Put that over there. So the 3 sizes, this 3.5, I call this 3.5. It's not 3.5 on the outside, but the inside squares were 3.5 inches on that one. This is 3.25, and this one is 3.75. So you can see the different sizes that you get. doing it the way I did it. Now, I've seen Gina K's cards, and I know that her wreaths are much more elaborate than mine. On this, I wanted to keep it fairly simple, just so that you would get an idea. And actually, I don't know if you can see it very well on this one, but I actually used a third stamp. It's white snowflakes. At least I think they're supposed to be snowflakes. That's what I used them for. So this one's a little bit more elaborate, but this one, when I tried to think about putting this size on a card, I think the only could fit pretty easily on any size card and can be embellished further. So what I'm going to do now is go to my Cricut and show you. This is the card we actually made in the card making group. And you can see it's slightly more elaborate. And it's in a circle. It didn't get done in a circle. I'm not fooling with you. I don't have another stencil set that's circular. This was square just like the other ones. But I have a circle die. And I was cleaning up my desk and just happened to drop the circle die over the embellishment piece. And I thought, oh, that really looks good. I like that. So I cut it out. So some of the little stamps are missing, but I still thought it was nice. And then I used the same, I believe, no, the embellishment I used, or the sentiment I used inside is from a different stamp set, and I'm not sure what stamp set that was. Let me open this now. There it is. That's a better picture. You can really see it. Are you on this yet? Okay. There's a lag in what I'm actually doing and what you're actually seeing. But it opens up with all the stencils one on top of the other, so I'm just going to move them around a little bit. So obviously I have a black template so that I could see what I was doing. But what I actually cut the stencils in was the Cricut makes an acetate in 12 by 12 sheets. And not only was that a blessing for cutting out these stencils, but when I went to purchase the acetate from a Joann store, the cashier asked me what I was going to be doing with the acetate. And when I told her I was going to be cutting out something on my Cricut machine, she got so excited and advised me to go to another Joann store that actually has classes and tell them that I use the Cricut. And I did that, and that store was very excited to hear that, and I'm now a Cricut demonstrator for not one but 2 Joann stores. So I consider this my lucky stencil set. Having said all of that, I'm now going to show you. This is pretty simple. If you have a Cricut, this is very easy to replicate. You go to images. No, you don't go to images. Let me revise that. You go to shapes. and select a square. And you make your square whatever size you want. So I'm going to see what size my smallest one is. I think it's 5.5. Well, I didn't write it down, but I have a ruler. I'm going to measure it.